Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week.
Most humans fear reptiles, especially snakes. It is a fear that is injected into most humans from their very early childhood. However, despite the fear they put in many people, snakes are actually under threat in their own natural environment, between the pressures caused by invasive species and the gradual destruction of their habitats. It's no wonder that there are a number of snakes that are threatened with extinction. In this video, we are going to show you 10 of the rarest snakes in the world. Let's begin. Number 10. Tiger keelback snake. While many snakes make their own toxins, not all do. Japan's tiger keelback snake is one of a handful of species that can store toxins it acquires from its food. This snake has some of the most beautiful colors, with black and orange spots on its back, similar to that of a tiger. They are usually less than a meter long, an ideal meal for many birds and mammals, but they eat toxic toads and store the toxins in specialized organs on the backs of their necks called nuchal glands. If a snake is threatened, it arches its neck, making the nuchal gland area more prominent. A predator that bit the snake's neck would probably get a jet of fluid from the glands straight in the mouth or face, which would be distasteful or even painful. But did you know that not all keelbacks display this defense? Researchers have noticed that tiger keelback snakes on a Japanese island that does not have toads would rather flee than stand their ground when faced with predators. Number 9. Dragon snake. We might never get to see dragons in real life, so this snake is the closest thing to the legendary myth of a dragon, also known as the Xenodermus javanicus. It is an interesting snake in that it is the only snake in its genus. Native to Thailand, Burma, and Indonesia, it is a nocturnal snake and feeds exclusively on frogs. The dragon snake also looks a lot like a crocodile due to its dark coloration. It is also known for its stiff behavior, in which the snake will stiffen up, almost like a board, in any position when it's touched or picked up. It's not known why it behaves like this, but it is interesting. Another interesting feature about this snake is its skin. Rather than being smooth as most snakes are, the dragon snake has 3 rows of large keeled scales that run down the center of its back, somewhat like the ridge of hair seen on the Rhodesian ridgeback dog. Despite the fact that it lives around humans, it isn't dangerous because it isn't poisonous. Number 8. Elephant trunk snake. This one will definitely have your attention. This snake is very distinguishable, as it looks exactly like an elephant's trunk. The similarities are so vivid that you might think that someone cut off an elephant's trunk and it came back to life. Elephant trunk snake belongs to a group of non-venomous aquatic snakes. It can be found in warm freshwater and brackish waters of Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. These snakes live near the coastlines of rivers, streams, canals, and lagoons. This unusual snake is often the target of hunters because of its skin, which is highly prized in the industry of leather. Hundreds of thousands of snakes are killed each year because of their skin. Besides the skin, elephant trunk snakes are killed because of their meat, which is considered a delicacy in Asia. The third factor which significantly decreases the number of elephant trunk snakes in the wild is habitat loss. Even though it seems like everything is out to kill off this species, the number of elephant trunk snakes is still high in the wild, and they are not at all on the list of endangered animals yet. Number 7. The Alcatraz's lancehead. The Alcatraz's lancehead belongs to the pit viper family, which is distinguishable from other snakes by a heat-sensing organ in its head, which it uses to locate its prey. And, like all other pit vipers, it's extremely poisonous. The exact number of surviving Alcatraz lanceheads are unknown, although it's been noted that they are fairly common on the small island that they live on. The snake, whose scientific name is Barthrops alcatraz, is a critically endangered viper that lives on a small island off the southeastern coast of Brazil. Number 6. Saharan horned viper. Saharan horned vipers are among the most abundant and easily distinguishable of venomous snakes in the world. Found throughout the Sahara in northern Africa, this snake has a pair of 2 very weird horns and strange but beautiful eyes. Believe me, they are very unique. It inhabits a variety of habitats within the desert, including rock hills, sandy deserts, and wadis. Members of this species can sometimes be found in dunes and are rarely found on rock pavement and gravel plains. Compared to most snakes in this region, this species is short in length, averaging between 30 and 60 centimeters. The diet of this carnivorous species consists primarily of small rodents, geckos, birds, and a variety of lizards. Saharan horned vipers are known to have only a few natural enemies, including honey badgers, monitor lizards, and a variety of wild and feral cat species. As a very successful predator across the Sahara, it acts to control populations of rodents that disturb livestock and other food sources of the native peoples of the region. The snake's colors provide optimum camouflage, working in their favor as both predators and prey. They hide in the sand, and when an innocent prey approaches, it attacks out of nowhere and then devours its meal. Number 5. The Antiguan Racer. The Antiguan Racer is a brown, non-venomous snake and is docile and easy to handle. Its diet consists almost exclusively of lizards that live on the small offshore island. Formerly the world's rarest snake, the Antiguan Racer's miraculous comeback is mainly due to the concerted effort of conservation. But although their numbers have increased, it is still not enough to remove them from the endangered species list. The Antiguan Racer is located on a few small islands just off the Caribbean island nation of Antigua and Barbuda. It was previously living on the main island of Antigua, but was wiped out after the introduction of the mongoose and black rat. However, a small population of racers managed to survive on Great Bird Island, a low-lying inlet located just a couple of miles off the shore of Antigua. This species was believed to be extinct until it was discovered in the early 1990s. After the successful eradication of predatory rats from the island, the population has since increased over 900 individuals, with snakes being reintroduced to nearby islands. Number 4. Rhino snake. Even if you're done with horns on snakes, you have to agree that they look majestic. Another snake that has a horn in place of a nose is the Bitus nasicornis, aka the rhino snake. They have distinctive sets of nasal scales or horns that can be found in the wetlands and tropical forests of Central and West Africa. The body of rhino viper is made up of the spectacular velvet-like pattern of triangles, rectangles, and diamond-shaped areas that are colored red, yellow, blue, green, and black. The pattern is similar to that of other vipers. However, the pattern of the rhinoceros viper is much more colorful. Rhino vipers have a surprisingly small neck, leading to a narrow, arrow-shaped head. Their venom is both hematoxic and neurotoxic, potentially causing internal hemorrhaging and cardiac arrest. Number 3. Wagner's viper. This mountain dweller occupies dry, warm slopes where temperatures fall at night. It's usually only active during the day. Its pattern of orangish-brown spots helps the snake blend in with its surroundings. This rare snake was thought to be extinct for nearly 140 years, but then was rediscovered in eastern Turkey in 1983. Once the word got out, the news led to severe over-collecting by European and Turkish snake collectors. This is a serious threat to the future survival of the species, which was already wiped out in much of its very small range. Numbers have also been declining due to many people capturing these snakes as pets. It is estimated that there are fewer than 2,500 adults left in the wild. Its name is derived from Moritz Wagner, a German explorer who collected the first documented specimen in 1846. Due to the threat of extinction to these snakes, the St. Louis Zoo incorporated them into their breeding program, with 9 babies being born in the zoo in August of 2013. Unfortunately, there have been no updates from the zoo about the new babies being born since then, making Wagner's viper one of the rarest snakes in the world. Number 2. The short-nosed sea snake. The Sahel reef snake, otherwise known as the short-nosed sea snake, is a critically endangered sea snake whose habitat is mostly contained in a small area off the coast of northwestern Australia. This snake derives its name from the fact that it has a small head and a short, pointed snout. It prefers sandy areas with sparse coral and can live up to 10 years in the wild. It has so far only been found within the area of 2 reefs, Ashmore and Hibernia. The reason why these snakes' numbers declined is a complete mystery. In fact, they were relatively abundant up until the 1990s. Unexplainably, its numbers haven't dwindled in the years following, so much so that no individual has been recorded in surveys since 2000. While the reasons for this snake's disappearance within the habitat are unknown, it's been hypothesized that severe coral bleaching and degradation may be a major culprit. Number 1. Blunt-headed tree snake. Up next, we have the rarest snake in the world. The blunt-headed tree snake is rare in every sense of the word. They are characterized by their relatively large head and blunt tip. These snakes have long, slim bodies and very thin necks, with large heads. Their eyes, which have vertical pupils, account for approximately 25% of the length of the head. Just look at those eyes popping out of its sockets. Blunt-headed tree snakes occupy primary and secondary growth forests, as well as plantation areas in lowland moist and wet forests. They are found in Central America and countries like Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. During the day, these snakes are resting on trees, and at night they hunt. They feed mostly on small lizards, frogs, and other reptiles' eggs. Which one of these snakes did you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.